Getting over your ex-narcissist is a slow and painful process because you're getting over the addiction which you feel towards them, the trauma bond. It really is like trying to abstain from a drug and you experience the withdrawals, which are very painful. And in addition to experiencing these withdrawals, getting over that trauma bond, you're trying to find a new purpose in life. You're trying to find out who you are as a person. Because when you were with a narcissist, they were your purpose. Your attention was focused on them, and you would have neglected yourself and your own needs for a long time. You probably would have forgotten who you are. And also, in the healing process, you're trying to just regain clarity. Let go of that chaotic mindset that you would have had being with a narcissist. And try to put your mind into a healthy place where you can have a healthy sense of self and a healthy outlook generally of life. And all these things take time. A long time. Getting over an addiction takes a long time. Trying to understand who you are, again, as a person, your purpose, regaining clarity. All of that takes a long time. And if you're with a person for a while, many months or years, maybe decades, then you're going to need some time to recover. Even short relationships with narcissists can have devastating impacts, and sometimes even weeks. Sometimes you can be in a relatively short relationship with somebody who's a narcissist, and the recovery can take a long time. So if you've been with them for a much longer period, then yeah, the recovery can be that much longer. So I'd say, as a rule of thumb, the timeline for recovery, it's fair to say that on the balance, it can take up to about 6 months or more before you start feeling that you're starting to feel material gain, material improvement in your healing. Sometimes even years before you start to feel that material improvement. And some say you never fully get over the narcissistic breakup. And I would say that's probably right, because it's just like the death of a loved one. You never fully get over it, but you do come to terms with it, accepting it, and you manage to live a fulfilling life without them. But why is it that the narcissist is typically distant, indifferent, ghosting you when you're in those very painful stages of your recovery in those first few months? And how come they seem to get in touch right when you feel that you're moving on after making material gain in your recovery? Well, the answer is simple, and it's all about supply. And if they're getting the supply they need from you, then they're happy with how things are. Because when you're suffering, when you're in pain, the narcissist reaps supply and validation knowing that you're suffering because of them, that you're pining over them. So they let you suffer, even if they don't see you, but they know what you're going through, and they just reap the supply from the knowing that you're not doing well. But when you start to move on, the narcissist senses that. They can tell once you've kind of had that switch where you're not pining over them as intensely, you're kind of letting them go. They feel that. And if they can see you, and if it can monitor your social media, they can probably tell from that as well. And that's where they get triggered, where they suspect that they might be losing you as a supply source, maybe forever. And that's where they make a reappearance in your life, possibly with a Hoover, and even an attempt to reconcile things with you. Because what they want to do is they want to reverse your healing. They want to take you back to square one in that dark, painful place. Because when they know that you're in that dark, painful place because of them, that you feel devastated because of them, that you want them, they feel that they're on this high pedestal and they get supply and validation from that. As you can see, it's always about supply with narcissists. So if you do want to heal and stop supplying them, you must be indifferent towards them and you must stay no contact. Otherwise, you end up supplying them one way or the other, and it comes at your expense. And if for some reason you can't avoid them, maybe you have kids together, or you have to see them, then just apply a good gray rock. Be as neutral and boring in their presence as possible, so they get absolutely nothing out of you.